All right, let's give this a shot again. Got the right title. All right. If you can hear me, let me know in the comments. And we'll get started here in just a second. So I literally just received this bike. FedEx just dropped it off. And it's in pretty good shape. Some minor damage on the backside, but beyond that, it's looking pretty darn good. All right, we got the thumbs up that they can hear us. That's great. So we're gonna try today to put up the bike and my park tool stand. Perhaps once I get some of it taken apart, I guess. So maybe, let's see, I'd like to put some cardboard down or something to protect it. Let's maybe use this temporary. All right, so as I mentioned, just got this bike. FedEx literally just dropped it off. Could I ask my assistant?
Oh, of course, yes.
Alright, so let's just lift it up and just see. Maybe we can just set it on. Actually, let's lift it up and then maybe.
Am I lifting by the wheel?
Yeah, I think that should be okay.
Oh, love the color.
Color is quite nice. So we actually have it upside down. Let's see.
It's pretty light.
Yeah. Maybe put that kickstand down. Does that come down? Alright. That's going to rest it that way.
Put it back up?
Yeah, put it back up. So, well, we'll just start. Maybe. I'd like to have something to lean it against, but I think I'll be okay. Alright, so as we're.
You good?
Yep, we're good. As we're going through this, let me know if you have any questions. I do these just because it's fun to unbox an e-bike. And it looks like this is the crank. So this is my first time putting a crank on. So we'll see how that goes. Want to make sure we don't do it incorrectly. And I'm just kind of trying to figure out what is going to be the best thing. I think I'm going to take one of the wheels off. For the front wheel. Let's see here. So this is one of 3 electric bikes that I personally will be putting together in the next month or so. We got the Core-5. Well, we should have the Ride1Up 4 by the end of the month, hopefully. Waiting for a shipping notification on that one. And then also the the Ride1Up 500 series. And I think it's coming in October. I believe it got slightly delayed. But here we have the Core-5, and this is the step through. So we'll be checking out some step-through models coming up here. And as I kind of show with all of my, whenever I'm unboxing one of these, it's really nice to have like a pair of these clippers. Works out quite well. Get all the zip ties off. And so this is actually the cheapest e-bike that I've ridden. And so I'm really curious because I feel like at the price point, which this one comes in at $10.95, it really opens up it's very budget friendly, and we'll see if it's worth considering, or if maybe I think you should spend a little bit more and get something else. But what attracted me most to this was the price. So actually here we have the front fork. So I'm going to actually take this off and put to the side. This is a rigid fork. So if you're looking for comfort, you might want to opt for something that has front suspension. And of course it has the brake line on it. And I will caveat this, I am not a professional bike mechanic. I just have experience putting some bikes together. Pretty much what I do is I'll hopefully get this mostly set up, and then after the live stream is over, I'll go through everything and make sure that nothing else is really needed. Adjust the derailleur and make sure that the bike is all good and safe to ride. I really recommend that if you're not familiar with bikes, a bike shop put it together. I actually spoke with a bike shop just the other day asking about e-bikes, and they were very willing to work on any e-bikes, and so I think that's great. But I think for the most part, it's good to have a professional assemble it. And then of course, Ride1Up requires that you get it signed off on by a bike shop regardless, even if you put it together for the warranty. And I believe that's just like the mechanical stuff, like if the battery goes bad or the motor goes bad and it's still under warranty, they're not going to not help you out there. But it's just for some of the other stuff, because I think for what some people view as some people think that they know how to put a bike together, and I've seen all sorts of crazy things. So I just do these live streams for fun. If you have any questions or want to chat about something, I have my computer here. And I guess my first kind of comment about this bike is, I don't know if it's much heavier than the Limited, but it just feels pretty darn lightweight. So what I think I'm going to try to do here is get the seat post installed, and then put it in the park tool stand. And this bike does have the smaller battery, 10.4 amp hour, if I'm not mistaken. So you spend a little bit more with Ride1Up, you get a little bit bigger battery, get some more suspension. Basically, if you get the 500 series, you get a bigger battery, and you get the front suspension, and I believe you get an integrated front light. But what I really like about the Core-5 is that it hides the battery. So that's one thing that I think is really cool about this bike. Alrighty. It's a 30, in case anybody is wondering, it's 30.4 diameter seat post. So if you're looking for suspension seat post or something for this bike, what you'll need. Give myself room to clamp. And I might have my assistant come out once more, help me get this bike. We'll get it up in the stand, and yeah, oh, I didn't actually empty all the bike. I believe this is probably the charger or the tools. Open that up in a second. And then this feels like the part, so that might be the charger. So we're gonna move this box just out of the way. And I probably could get this bike up in the stand myself because it is a little bit lighter. It doesn't have the front tire on it. But I do have like a hanging fork here, so I'm gonna see if perhaps it'll be easier for us both to do it. And obviously we don't want this to hang, so I'll put it up there and see what I can do with this. So
What do you want me to do?
maybe just grab by the
Here?
yeah. And then with your other hand, if you can hold the fork. So I recently got this park tool stand, and one of the really great things is it can hold e-bikes. The problem is, more often than not, you actually need someone to help you get it into the stand. So something worth considering. I know they're really expensive. However,